on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop. So park your ass right there. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that share button, that comment, and you already know. So what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 63, I believe. Brand new, just dropped, hot off the presses. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the panels a little bit, and I'm going to review it. So let's hit this screen share button real quick. All right. So, manga chapter 63. Mirrors arrives to the battlefield. He's talking to Jocko. Jocko's like, where have you been? He's like, well, I got to finish this training. And Jocko's like, who are we training? He's like, I got to train Goku. So, what does that mean? You'll see later on in the chapter. So, Mirrors tells Moro, like, we made that he basically took Goku and company away from the battlefield. But Moro already knows what's up. He knows that it's some sort of a force field or something blocking everything. So he quickly dissolves it with the flick of the wrist. Now, the cool thing about it is this. We finally get to see an Angel in battle. We've been waiting for Whis to kind of like come in and show his extraordinary powers off, but now we find out something why in the chapter why Whis is not able to do that. So Mirrors is going at Moro. He hits him with this power pole, and it kind of reminds you of classic Dragon Ball, right? And look, the way he's spinning it, hits him, gives him the little all of that stuff. It's classic Dragon Ball. But this is the coolest part right here. You see right here where Moro slips up and Mirrors is about to give him that bam, son, right to the face. Tell me that doesn't remind you of classic Dragon Ball where Goku is fighting with a power pole. It reminds me completely of it. This whole chapter gives me King Piccolo Dragon Ball feels all over again. So Moro's understanding throughout this chapter that this ain't no ordinary human that you're dealing with. He starts to figure out that that Mirrors has divine ki. So Mirrors is giving Moro the business, and Dende's out helping the rest of the guys out. So I'm assuming that Beerus and Whis are the ones that transported everybody else from the battlefield in order for Dende to help them. So Beerus is basically like, I don't give a damn. I just want to eat. Let's get out of here, right? And that's when Whis is like, all right, cool, whatever. So here, Dende's starting to save Goku, but it's going to take a little time because Goku has God Ki. So it's going to take a little bit longer for him to heal. All right? Moving on. Goku finally gets healed. He pops up, and he's like, who's fighting? And Dende refers to Mirrors, of course, as the Angel. And Goku gets panicky, and he flies off for a reason. You'll find out later why Goku is panicking. He knows that, actually in this panel right here, he basically says that if angels fight outside of training, that they start to disappear. Because remember, angels are supposed to be neutral. They're not supposed to take sides. They're only supposed to stay neutral. Mirrors is obviously taking a side. He's choosing to side with Goku and company. So therefore, he's in the running to get disappeared. All right. The battle continues with Mirrors and Moro, 2 M's. Moro delivers a huge headbutt to this guy, bow, right in the face. And he's basically trying to shoot Ki Blast at Mirrors. Mirrors is dodging it like it's nothing. And apparently he has the ability to call back his staff. So Goku arrives and he's like, Mirrors, you can't fight. You're not supposed to do this, or else you're going to disappear. Let me take over. So Goku goes Omen, UI Omen, and tries to give Moro the business. Moro dodges it like it's nothing, beats Goku to oblivion, right? Well, not yet, but he's going to get there. Whis and Beerus is basically asking, in that state, can Goku win as in the Omen form? And Whis is like, I doubt it. Like, it doesn't look like he can. Like I said earlier, Moro knocks Goku out with a single blow. Mirrors helps him in the corner, and Goku's basically telling him, like, look, man, you can't do this. Like, you can't do it on your own, because if you do it, you're going to end up disappearing. And then Mirrors is like, look, I've trained you well. You have it inside of you. And it's not that you can't bring Master Ultra Instinct out. You need to trigger it. So Goku is confused by what Mirrors means by this trigger. While they're talking, Moro tries to sneak up behind him, grabs the back of the neck, and tries to use that 7-3 ability where he can take the powers. But boom! Mirrors hits him with that staff and completely rips apart his hand. And at this moment, Moro's realizing that he fucked up. Mirrors goes at him with the angel staff, and he's giving Moro the business, just dodging. And Beerus is upset because he thinks that Whis knows what Mirrors was going to do this whole time, and he didn't tell him. And then basically he feels like Whis just wanted Beerus to get in trouble with the Grand Priest. So moving on, Mirrors is dodging everything Moro's throwing at him, and he's just giving him the business. And boom, right there, he uses the staff, breaks the little jewel or gem thingy that Moro has on his hand. So the thing about it is when he did that, he ended up sealing off that technique. Mirrors apparently has some sort of skill or power that when he delivers that fatal blow, that it seals off that technique. So Mirrors starts to give Goku this lecture, and this lecture basically talks about how angels are supposed to be neutral, and how working with the Galactic Force, he realizes that all these weak people in the universe, they keep standing up to evil that they know they're too weak to do anything against, but yet they still do it because it's the right thing to do. And basically this changed Mirrors' mind. He's like, you know what? I feel like I have to do something to help them. I feel like I need to because these people are helpless. And it goes into panels where the Galactic Patrol are locking away all the prisoners. And even though they know that they have no chance against Moro, the Galactic Patrol is still saying after they lock everybody else up, they're going to go back and they're going to help out with Moro. So even despite against all odds, they're still going to do it. So I thought this was a pretty cool technique right here when he knocks Moro into the air and it ends up sniping the hell out of one of his out of his hand, the other cloning ruby thingy. He snipes the hell out of it, and now Moro's down with his 2 rubies. He don't have it, so he sealed that one as well too. Basically, Mirrors is giving a speech here talking about how he just wants peace in the galaxy no matter what. And he's talking about how meeting Goku and company has changed his heart permanently. At first it was like, okay, I want to help out the people, but at the same time I know I must remain neutral. But after he met Goku and company, he felt the need to, like, you know what, I need to do what's right, even if that means the worst for me. So at this point he says, this is likely my last attack. The ring around his neck appears and he goes in for his final blow against Moro. So right here, this is where Beerus shows up. Him and Whis both realize that it's too late. Mirrors looks like he's gone, and Mirrors is about to give Moro his final attack before he might vanish. Throughout this whole chapter, we realize that Mirrors is starting to vanish little by little. Mirrors also remembers the conversation that he had with Goku in the hyperbolic time chamber when they were training, trying to master Ultra Instinct, and how he talked about how people like Goku stand up to evil no matter what, but he doesn't understand why they let them live on. And Goku's like, you know what? I let them go because eventually they're going to get stronger and I have to defeat them again. And eventually they might end up joining up with us, which has happened a gang of times in Dragon Ball with Piccolo, Tien, so on and so forth, right? The androids, and Boo. So Goku's been able to change the hearts of a lot of different people during this whole ordeal. Mirrors also says that, oh, you know what? That's like the same thing that the Galactic Patrol does. They try to basically, I guess, recreate or kind of like hope that reforming them would do them some justice, right? So Mirrors goes in for the last attack. Moro's over here about to hit him with this big old Frieza-like death ball. Mirrors flies straight through it and delivers a direct blow to Moro's forehead. That big-ass forehead. Look at that. Look at that right there. Beautiful shots. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up, Toru did an amazing job in this manga chapter with the way that his art is just amazing. So after he breaks that jewel in the middle and he feels like Moro has all of his things, all of the tricks up the sleeves that could have giving Goku and company a problem. He feels like he has disabled them. And as we see, Mirror starts to disappear. And he just basically tells him, you know what? You have enough strength inside of you that if you once you trigger Master Ultra Instinct, more or nobody in this universe can stand up to you. And then he disappears. Goku devastated, and he does that stance where Krillin got blown into a bunch of pieces. Like, the Goku, help me! Bah! That stance, you know the stance I'm talking about. So, what happens in this chapter? Mirrors disappears. Goku's devastated. Whis and Goku are just looking. I mean, Whis and Beerus are just watching. Whis says that Mirrors was a stubborn little brother. Goku does his stance, and that's where the chapter ends. You already know what's going to happen. You already know Goku's going to go master the UI and whoop this dude Moro's ass. We already know that's what's going to happen. Now, I'm going to be honest. In the last chapter, I honestly thought that Mirrors was going to buy time. I didn't think that Mirrors was going to sacrifice himself in order to destroy. Well, he didn't really try to destroy Moro. He wanted Goku to do it, but I didn't think that Mirrors would sacrifice himself in order to make Goku trigger Master Ultra Instinct. I didn't think so. What, you got a brand new level? Oh, you got that key? Tight. My wife's over here playing Mario. She's been addicted to that game for forever. Stop. Anyway, so what do we have here? I didn't think that Mirrors was going to sacrifice himself. I didn't see that coming. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I could have predicted it, but at the same time, like, I didn't think he was going to sacrifice himself just to trigger Goku's Master Ultra Instinct.
Are you done reading?
No. So I didn't think he was going to do that. I honestly thought that maybe, I didn't know what was going to trigger his Ultra Instinct, but I sure as hell didn't think that Mirrors sacrificing himself would trigger that. So I'm predicting that in about the next 2 manga chapters, this arc is going to be done. I give it about 2 manga chapters, and I really think this arc is going to be over. But so far, this is probably one of the best Dragon Ball Super arcs. I can't wait until they animate it. I hope they animate it just like how they were doing in the manga. I hope they stick with this story. I hope they don't change it up, because this manga storytelling is probably one of the best ones in Dragon Ball so far. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think is going to happen later on in the arc. Do you think Goku's going to go Master Ultra Instinct? Duh, I think he is. I think we all think he is. Let me know your thoughts. This is Dave from the 80s, and you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop on the way out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that like button, that share button. Don't forget to comment. Let's make an interactive community, y'all. All right, so let me unshare this so you can finally see me. And I'm out. Adios.